You guys, what's up? So, back today with another video. Currently, waiting on some food to cook. Just got back from a doctor's appointment, and um, basically the doctor told me that it could be with my back pain from working at FedEx for 2 years and developing back pain. This recent peak season, which was about 6 months ago, I started missing a lot of work, calling off, giving up shifts, and it's very annoying and disappointing because I used to love lifting heavy and going every day. I like lifting heavy and getting stronger and improving. I'm like a sort of a turning into a self-improvement junkie, if that's even a thing. But basically, I got a doctor's note, right here that notes that I can't really lift more than like 20 pounds for long periods of times. So they should be able to move me to the small shit now at work at FedEx so I can lift small packages instead of like all the heavy stuff, anything less than like 20-ish pounds. Like, yeah, I'll probably get what I'm trying to say, like light boxes and the smallest area. If you ever worked at FedEx, you know what I mean. I don't need to explain it any further. But with that being said, I can still hit legs and cardio, which is what I've been doing at the gym. I either go to the gym and run or cycle, or I'll hit some light legs because sometimes when I hit legs, it still kind of flares up my back and irritates it. And basically, the doctor said that I might have either like early arthritis or something from labor jobs, and they want me to do physical therapy, and she gave me some medicine that, well, it's was sent to my pharmacy, so I gotta pick it up sometime today or something. And she gave me like some icy hot patches, so I can, if it gets irritated at work, I can still and some other thing I forget what it's called, a different medicine that helps with the back pain. And she says basically do that and do physical therapy. And if my back pain doesn't get better within 2 months, then they're gonna do like 1 or 2 months. Then they're gonna do like X-rays and imaging and stuff to see if it's something else, like possibly sciatica or arthritis or whatever. um, but yeah, with that being said, right now I'm waiting on some food to cook. Some frozen, I think it's called voila, bird's eye. Some chicken Alfredo pasta is what I'm cooking right now. I'm waiting on it to cook up. I know the packages usually say 12 to 15 minutes, but it always takes longer than that for me. Um, should get them for false advertisement. No, let me stop. But pretty much, yeah. After I'm done eating, I'm gonna let my stomach digest it a little bit because I don't want to go do cardio right after eating. I don't. That's from what I know from my information and the knowledge I have. That's not a very good idea. And I did just eat an ice cream bar, a chocolate ice cream bar, and some goldfish. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit to digest out of my stomach before I go and run. But I literally looked like I was starving because I haven't eaten all day, and I need to get something in my stomach, some food, because pretty much I could hear my stomach rumbling by the time I got back to the house. And I mean, I'm used to it. My whole life I went all day without eating. I would only ever eat dinner. But trying to get into the gym and do like exercise, I can't be fasting all day. I mean, I probably can, but I don't really think it's super healthy because I have an extremely fast metabolism. And also, I had a black coffee earlier. I'm probably gonna make another one right now to get some work done, get this video done. But my bad for the rant as usual, but I like to rant at the beginning of my videos, it seems like, so that's what I'm just gonna keep it doing, unless y'all want me to not do that or whatever. I did take 2 demo trades today, and I'll throw them up on the screen right now. And they were both losses. One of them, the first one, almost hit TP1. I broke even, and then moved to break even because, I'd rather take the loss and not have to take a second trade if it would have broken even, because if it did break even, I probably would have taken the same trade again. But regardless, 2 losses on the day, demo trading because I don't have an account nor do I have the money to buy an account right now, but I still need to get the screen time and the practice and the skill over time developed. I've been trading for about 2 years as well. So that means I've probably been working at FedEx a little longer than 2 years, but both about 2 years. And I would say that I'm profitable, but sometimes I do dumb shit and make mistakes, so I haven't gotten a payout yet. As y'all seen in like one of the last couple of videos, I was very close to getting my first payout ever. I could have taken out a little something something, but I accidentally traded NQ thinking I was on M and Q because I woke up kind of in a hurry the other morning, and yeah, blew the fucking account because of volume. It is what it is. I was extremely upset about it, and nothing I can do. Charge it to the game, take it as a learning lesson, and do better next time. That's all I can do. Ain't no point in dwelling over losses or getting upset about it, because ultimately, whatever I lose, gotta bring back to me times 10. And, you know, it's all a learning lesson. You gotta get better. You gotta strengthen yourself, your mind, and improve. I want to get a fixie again and start riding bikes again like I used to when I was younger. And all that good stuff until I can get a car. Even when I get a car, I'll still bicycle and stuff. It's pretty fun. But yeah, so I know yesterday's video I didn't put any Bible stuff in it, any of the book of Job. Got a lot of stuff to do, and gotta stay busy. We gonna get into whatever is in the next part of the video here in a second, and then we gonna get into the book of Job here in a little bit. So I'll see y'all guys over there. So anyways, yeah, I'm back. This food is finishing up. I'm about to show y'all. But right at the moment, I can see, y'all can tell that I don't got a fridge. I get a new one tomorrow. Had one come last week, but it was too big, so I had to return it. And we had to get another one. It's coming tomorrow. Had to take the cabinet down. Yeah, right there. Had to take the cabinet down. Gonna use that shit as a little grow box, cause fuck it. But I don't think I could turn the camera around, but yeah. Let's see how we finna do this real quick. The voila bird's eye chicken Alfredo. And then, like I said, gotta do all these dishes. Also gotta take the trash out. But that's what comes with being an adult, being a responsible person, and having your own shit. So, wouldn't trade it for anything, nor would I ever want to go back and live with my parents unless I was forced to. But yeah, I'm going to do everything in my power and trust in God that He's going to bless me and give me the things that I need to be a, responsible male, a responsible adult, should I say, in better words. So, I'm going to sit down and eat, watch something, do the dishes after I'm done eating. I just woke up. I low-key fell asleep while I was watching Billy Graham, a sermon earlier. Y'all can see. Don't mind the hair, please. That's why I be wearing hats so much, so I don't have to fucking do it, like, fix my hair all the time. I don't know where my hat's at, actually. That's why I came in here, to throw that motherfucker on. As soon as I find it. But anyways, regardless of that, and regardless of me falling asleep, I'm about to, damn, where did I put my hat? Oh, I found it. So, I'm about to, go in there and do the dishes right now. Right after I do the dishes, still gotta get work done, you know what I mean? Regardless of me falling asleep, body must have needed it. Mind said no, body said yeah, type deal. But, bam, what hair? Now let it stop. But regardless of that, regardless of me falling asleep, I still got a lot of work to do. So I'm finna wash the dishes, make myself a coffee. Actually, I'm gonna wash a cup and then make myself a coffee. Drink that motherfucker while I'm washing the dishes. And after I'm done with the dishes, I'm gonna run through like 1 or 2 chapters of the book of Job. We should be on chapter 5. Maybe I can get through chapter 6 as well, because I can't screen record. Like, my screen recording doesn't work unless I do it on my phone again, which actually wasn't a bad idea. Maybe I can do that again. And get through 1 or 2 chapters of Job today, since I didn't get any of it out yesterday's video. And after that, I'm gonna see if I can still make it to the gym before they close, cause it's about 6, 7, 6 to 7 p.m. and yeah, they close at 10. So we finna see what I can do. All right, so we're going through the book of Job 5 today, and I'm getting it up pretty late, and probably not gonna take notes like in Google Notes like I usually do today. Probably just gonna take notes like this pretty much. Um, but yeah, so let's get into this. So we're reading Job chapter 5 today, and we are reading from the NLT version. I will be comparing it with the KJV version. Um, but yeah, let's get right into this. So, Job 5, Eliphaz's response continues. And if y'all don't remember, y'all can go watch the past videos where talked about his friends' responses and stuff to him being them basically calling him a sinner. And so Eliphaz says, "Cry for help, but will anyone answer you? Which of the angels will help you? Surely resentment destroys the fool, and jealousy kills the simple. I have seen that fools may be successful for the moment, but then comes sudden disaster. Their children are abandoned from help. Their children are abandoned far from help. They are crushed in court with no one to defend them. The hungry devour their harvest, even when it is guarded by brambles. Thirsty pant after their wealth." Alright, so I'm not exactly sure what bramble means. So when I'm confused about something, I will compare it. And let's see here. So basically, it seems um, like thorns, and like how rose bushes have thorns on them. The hungry will basically come and consume the harvest, even if it has thorns. That's kind of what I'm taking from it. The hungry devour their harvest, even when it is guarded by brambles. The thirsty pant after their wealth. All right. But evil does not spring from the soil, and the trouble does not sprout from the earth. People are born for trouble as readily as sparks fly up from a fire. He says, "If I were you, I would go to God. I would go to God and present my case to him. He does great things, too marvelous to understand, and he performs countless miracles. He gives rain for the earth and waters for the fields. He gives prosperity to the poor and protects those who suffer. He frustrates the plans of schemers, so the work of their hands will not succeed. He traps the wise in their own cleverness, so their cunning schemes are thwarted. They find it is dark in the daytime, and they grope at noon as if it were night. He rescues the poor from the cutting words of the strong, and rescues them from the clutches of the powerful. And so at last the poor have hope, and the snapping jaws of the wicked are shut. But consider the joy of those corrected by God. Do not despise the discipline of the Almighty when you sin. For those for though he wounds, he also bandages. He strikes, but his hands also heal. From 6 disasters he will rescue you. Even in the 7th he will keep you from evil. He will save you from the death in time of famine, from the power of the sword in time of war. You will be safe from slander and have no fear when destruction comes. So I believe slander means just bad talk. Let's compare this one. Yeah. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. The KJV version. You will laugh at destruction and famine,
Wild animals will not terrify you. You will be at peace with the stones of the field, and its wild animals will be at peace with you. You will know that your home is safe. When you survey your possessions, nothing will be missing. You will have many children. Your descendants will be as plentiful as grass. Yo, I like that one. I'm gonna have to highlight that one. You will go to the grave at a ripe old age, like a sheaf of grain harvested at the proper time. We have studied life and found all this to be true. Listen to my counsel and apply it to yourself. So now, if you take this part and look at it a little bit closely, so your life as is basically saying God wouldn't allow this to happen to you if you didn't have a secret sin that like we don't know about. And basically, his friend Eliphaz was calling him a sinner and saying that God wouldn't do this to him if he was righteous as he appears to be. But as we know from the previous videos in Job 1 through 3, that the devil came to God and asked him to basically accused Job of being only righteous and keeping his integrity because he was blessed and protected by God. So God basically allowed the devil to test him to see if he would keep his integrity. Now I do want to compare these two verses because I don't know what a sheaf is. A sheaf of grain. I'm not sure what that one means. Alright, so Job 5 verses 26 and 27. Thou shalt come to the grave in a full age, like as a shock of corn cometh in in his season. Um, yeah, like the stacking of a grain, the AMP Bible says. So I'm guessing sheaf just means bundle, like a bundle of something. Is kind of what I'm taking from it. If I'm wrong, and one of you, can correct me, or you know what it means better than I do. I probably will look it up after this video anyways, but just drop a comment of what you think it means. And I mean, we can go through the KJV version as well, or I can just go through Job 26, but we're already pretty long in the video. I don't want to make it too long, so we probably will just glance over the KJV version real quick. So, yeah, let's go through this one real quick. So, call now, if there be any that will answer thee, and to which of the saints wilt thou turn? For wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. His children are far from safety, and they are crushed in the gate. Neither is there any to deliver them. Whose harvest the hungry eateth up, and taketh it even out of the thorns. And the robber swalloweth up their substance, although affliction cometh not forth of the dust, neither doeth trouble spring out of the ground. Yet man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upward. I would seek unto God, and unto God would I commit my cause. So basically, he's telling him to go to God and take it up with God. He thinks his friends are basically thinking that he has a sin, a secret sin that they don't know about. I would seek unto God, and unto God would I commit my cause, which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth, and sendeth water upon the fields, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. Okay, I kind of fuck with the KJV version right here. I'm gonna highlight that. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Yo, that one's pretty deep too. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Yeah, see. So I like to compare them because I'm kind of confused on this part in the KJV version. Yeah, so he traps the wise in their own cleverness, so their cunning schemes, what they believe to be wise, are stopped. Let's see. He catches the so called wise in their own shrewdness, and the advice of the devious is quickly thwarted, stopped, pretty much. Thwarted means stopped, I think. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom God correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. For he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shalt not sin. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. Thou shalt come to the grave in a full age, like as a shock of corn cometh in his season. I swear I highlighted that. Yeah, it'd be laggy sometimes. Lo this, we have searched it, so it is. Hear it, and know thou it for thy good. So, yeah. Basically his friends calling him a sinner and to go to God. Now, I would break it down a lot more, but I kind of am getting this video out pretty late, so that's why it seems a little rushed. But just, I kind of have my own ideas of what I've taken from this, and I agree with a lot of what he's saying, but he's basically saying that his friend Job would only be punished if he had sin in his heart, that type of stuff. But as we know, Job had no sin in his heart. He was the most righteous. He even made sacrifices for his children in case they had sin in their heart. So basically, his friend Eliphaz he believes that God is punishing him when really he's not. He's just allowing the devil to test him. Now, go ahead and drop some comments of what y'all took from this and what y'all think of this. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the comments, or you can also go into my Discord. I would suggest you go into the Discord or my Telegram, which are in the links in the description, and contact me over there. I'm more likely to respond on Instagram, so if you have any actual questions that you need me to get back more urgently, just message me on Instagram. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and edit this video, get it out, and then, got a few other things that I need to do before the night ends. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow in the next video. We'll be going over Job 6 and possibly 7, so stay tuned for that one. Make sure y'all drop a like and a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Catch y'all in the next one.